What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Shue.
This is our 6th review.
Yes, tonight.
Patriots Day. Does Tom Brady win?
No. Well, Tom Brady, no, he's not in this. But we have Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg joining forces.
Back at it again.
For the 3rd time. Their 3rd based on a true story movie. And last week I kind of talked about it. I talked about it a little bit with you. You know, going into this, I have a little bit of hesitation just because I feel like they're starting to pick up this formula where they really like to do these movies that people have already emotional investments in. Now, I will say Patriots Day is not a bad movie. I think that there's a lot of good things in this movie. The action sequences are really intense. They're really, really well shot. But I kept going back and forth with this movie because one thing I didn't know going in was that they actually use a lot of real footage. To me, I kind of found that distasteful because, you know, you have these, like, for instance, there are some moments where I thought it was kind of cool. For instance, like when they're going through, after the bombing and these guys are going through...
Spoiler.
Yeah. They're going through like the grocery store and things like that. We actually revert to the surveillance footage that they were actually in those stores. And I thought that was kind of creative. But when the actual bombing happens and we kind of go to those actual live or those actually surveillance videos of that actually happening, I felt that was a little bit too much to present in a movie. You know, documentary is one thing, but to kind of present that in a real movie, it just kind of seemed a little bit, well, not a little bit, actually really manipulative. And to be honest, I thought it was kind of distasteful. You know, I've been going back and forth in my head about like, okay, how do I feel about this, like them taking on this kind of movie? And you know, there's plenty of movies that take on true stories that are really sad about this thing. But my problem with this movie is that they put Mark Wahlberg in it as this fictional character, did not exist, no character of the such. I mean, we have these other characters who are portrayed.
You're sure it was fictional?
Huh?
His character? His
character is fictional, and conveniently like at all the major points of this story. And to me, they kind of made him this like hero that's always in these places at the right time, that is like right in the middle of the action. And eventually I don't think it's needed because you have all these different characters who play a major role in the capturing and death of one of these bombers. And to me, like just kind of putting this fictional character as this kind of hero, to me again, like it was just, the movie has its moments, and I think most people will go in, not think about that at all, and actually, you know, find it kind of respectful and things like that. But to me, I couldn't help but find it distasteful. You know, I was reading a few of the Boston film critics who saw this movie. One, like, really was revolted by this and the fact that they kind of put this character in there to play like this everyday Joe, like I'm the hero kind of guy. I didn't feel that strongly, but I did feel like that was kind of a problem. And, you know, and then we've talked about this many times before, Deepwater Horizon and Lone Survivor did it, when you actually put live footage of people at the very end of the movie. This movie has like a 5 to 7 minute documentary, interviews, people, you know, what the survivors like finishing the race and things like that. And to me, I think that is like the most manipulative thing you could do. I don't need that. I don't mind that. You know what most people do? Okay, like I don't mind pictures. I don't mind if that's going to be something else. But to me, it just felt like a very self-entitled, like, look at this movie we made doing all of this. And I just didn't think it was kind of necessary. So to me, I took that movie in both ways. I think there is some good moments. I think the action's really good. I think like that whole bombing sequence is incredibly staged and tense. But when we cut to live footage and I'm watching real people hurt, it's not what I want to pay for and kind of see. And then see Mark Wahlberg run in there. It's like, guys, that's just not how it went. And to me, it was a little bit distasteful. So I'm mixed on this one.
That's fair. All the other movies, Sleepless,
Bye Bye Man,
L.
One more. The White Eye.
And like 100 other movies in 2016.
We reviewed a bunch. You can read my full review of the Bye Bye Man at ChasingCinema.com.
ChasingCinema.com.
You can find me and Mr. Shue doing our top 10 2016 in the upcoming weeks.
That'll be on ChasingCinema.com.
Of course.
And YouTube.
Yes. And you can find more of this gentleman on YouTube. You click that White Eye and you can find all about him, because let me tell you, this guy's a pretty interesting dude. You probably all just know him as the dude that sits next to the one, the only, the great ChasingCinema.com. But trust me, he's much more than that.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
All
right, 7 days later, XXX with Vin Diesel. We have Annette Bening in The 20th Century Woman.
We have the Big Mac and the Golden Arches and the Founder.
Michael Keane.
We have Greta Gerwig, one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood today. Annette Bening in 20th Century Woman. And then we have Split.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Hopefully after I watch it, it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, so you do it as like a disrespectful thing?
Because he doesn't.
I just always thought you liked playing with his name because everyone plays with his name.
Because they do that because he's not giving us good movies.
Dang, yeah, that's true. A lot of his movies were like whack.
Village, enough said. The Happening, enough said. Mark Wahlberg again. All right, we'll be back in 7 days. For everyone that doesn't know, ChasingCinema.com, visit that because it's an excellent writing. But ChasingCinema.com is known as
the Film Lovers website.